Hello, my name is Eric Hibbard, and I'm with Samsung. And I'm a practicing security and privacy professional who has been involved with international standardization activities in both of those spaces for an extended period of time. Today, I'd like to talk briefly about some changes that we're seeing in the security frameworks that are commonly used in many organizations. And in particular, what's going on is we're seeing changes to these frameworks at a scale or pace that we've not really seen in the past. So as a starting point, let me begin with what we're seing in NIST, which is the National Institute of Standards and Technologies in the US Department of Commerce. NIST is well known and recognized for its security work. It has a body of knowledge known as the Special Publication 800 series. One of the documents in that series, 800-53, is basically the security framework for the US government, especially civilian agencies. But it has applicability to the community that supports the US government in terms of contractors, and in some cases, even the states are adopting it. The reason for that is that it's freely available and no encumbrance with IP, copyrights. So it does get consumed quite heavily. This document underwent a pretty significant revision about 18 months ago, and we're actually seeing the ripple effect of other documents that are based on that or leverage that are now being adjusted. So this is one of the documents that many organizations use. And so this was the first to undergo a pretty significant change, as I said, about 18 months ago, and we're now seeing sort of the bumping effect. But wait, there's more. So if you're dealing with payment cards, then there's an entity that deals with security standards in that. And the document in particular is the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. Its version 3.2 has been out for quite some time. And in March of this year, 2022, we saw the 4.0 version released. Again, a pretty significant change in terms of the controls that are covered in the document. It really is 12 requirements. That's the easy part. As they say, devil's in the detail. And in the case of this document, that is absolutely the case. You have to look at the audit criteria. And when you do that, you will see that there's been some pretty significant changes. So that entire sector is now looking at what does this mean and preparing for a transition, because contractually there are obligations to meet what's in the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. So that's fresh, if you will. People are beginning to sort of digest and understand. The next one, which is not quite so visible, is the ISO 27000 series. And what's happened is the 27002, which is basically controls that are used for 27000 series, was published in February of this year. Now, that in and of itself didn't result in any major changes, but it's think of it as the starter pistol for things to come, because 27002 has historically served as the basis for the certification criteria for 27001, which organizations use for information security management certifications, organizational level certifications. And a special annex in 27001 is completely based on what's in 27002. Well, 27002 is radically changed, and efforts are underway right now to do an update of that annex in 27001. And we anticipate that a new edition of 27001 will be published later this year, most likely early to mid fall is current projections. This will, as a new edition, put all of the organizations that are currently certified essentially on a track to recertify. And so that's going to have some interesting effects. In any event, if this particular topic is of interest to you, at the upcoming SNIA Storage Security Summit I will be doing a little more detailed session on what's going to happen with 27001, and I'd invite you to participate in the SNIA Storage Security Summit on May 11th. And we look forward to seeing you there.